Shalom, shalom, sisters. I'm back again. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Mashiach, woman like Yahweh Shai. And this is going to be the last video for the day, most high willing. Lord willing, I got some more videos coming this weekend and next week. But stay tuned, okay? But this video is going to be going into modesty isn't just physical. I said it. Meaning, you can have on a modest apparel. You can look beautiful because the daughters of Zion are indeed very beautiful. But if your spirit is off, then sin game. So today we're going to be getting into the secret to improving your modesty. The secret to improving your modesty, because it isn't just physical. So I'm going to break it up into two groups. Well, really, it's your behavior. Really, how you act, how you carry yourself, the way you talk, the way you move. That's what makes you truly modest in the inside. Because you can be modest on the outside, but that'll mean you're just a pretty demon. But if your spirit is defiled and your behavior is nasty, then you're not as modest as you think. So we're going to be getting into it. So the secret to improving your modesty. Stay tuned to find out. Stay tuned. But it's honestly it's your behavior. That's not the secret, but it's your behavior. But I broke it up into like your speech and your actions. Let's get into it. Without further ado, I have my little notes here. So let's get into it. I want to ask you a few questions. Your behavior. And whether you're married or not, are you always making eye contact with men? Are you posing in certain ways to make your curves show? Do you have a nasty attitude and a smart mouth? Are you quick to wrath? Do you seek attention? More questions. I think those are all the questions. Overall, what does your behavior look like? That is what makes you a modest woman inside. What does your behavior look like? How do you carry yourself? Do you represent the Most High everywhere you go in the workplace and out? Do you? Because that's what truly makes you modest in the inside. Let's get into it. So we're going to start it off with 1 Peter 3 and I'm sorry, y'all. 1 Peter 3 and 3 through 4. I know it's like back here by Revelation. There we go. There we go. All praises. 1 Peter, I'm so sorry. 3. Whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing gold or of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yahweh of great price. So that's plain. Don't let what makes you beautiful, what makes you modest, be your modest apparel, because that's not truly what makes you beautiful. Yes, you're a beautiful woman when you dress modest. You know, all my sisters are beautiful, especially when you dress modest. I'm not saying those that don't dress modest aren't, but you're a very beautiful woman when you dress modest. But don't let that be what makes you beautiful. Let your behavior, your fruits of the spirit, let that be what makes you beautiful. You're a quiet and meek spirit. Be that silent and loving woman, not a loud, obnoxious woman. Right? So, Sirach. (26 and 14). A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. There's nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her constant mind cannot be valued. And then skip down to verse number 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. She that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. So a shamefaced woman is going to fear the Most High, meaning she knows how the Most High operates, right? She knows the law, statutes, commandments. She's going to please the Most High in what she do. You don't please the Most High when you're loud, when you're obnoxious, when you're gossiping, telling sisters business, when you're a busybody, when you're not keeping the commandments. You're telling sisters to keep the law, but you're behind closed doors doing wickedness and folly. That's not pleasing to the Most High. You don't fear the Most High if you're doing that. So a shamefaced woman going to fear the Most High. She's going to be silent. She's going to do what the Most High say. And the Most High tells us to be silent. The Most High tells us to check our spirit to keep the commandments. Right? So, how does your behavior look? And it's not going to be too long because, I don't have that many precepts. And it's kind of playing upon tables. How does your behavior look? So, not walking a certain way to get attention. Make sure you're not walking certain ways to make your booty switch and all that. Make your booty jiggle through your dress. We're not doing that. You don't want to be quick to rap. As soon as somebody says something to you, you turned up, ready to cuss them out, ready to fight. We don't behave that way. Just different. We're supposed to be quiet. We're not supposed to be loud, extra women in public. Are you in public yelling? Are you loud on the phone and in public? Yeah, girl, I seen that, girl. Is that how you act? Are you driving in your car with the windows down, with your head out, screaming, F free? Like, we don't move like that. So how does your behavior look? We're supposed to be shamefaced and silent. So just ask yourself that. How do you act? Do you represent the Most High in the workplace, or do you have attitudes with your coworkers? Just because they're not the truth, you catch an attitude, so you slamming doors. So what does your behavior look like? Just ask yourself that. Do you have a nasty attitude? Do you have a smart mouth? So just self-reflect, ask yourself those things. We're gonna get a few precepts. I want James 1:19. James 1:19, and it reads, "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath." So we're called to be slow to speak, slow to wrath. Hear the whole conclusion of the matter. Hear both sides before you rightfully judge. Just be quiet. Listen first. Listen more. Talk less, and be slow to anger. So you don't want to be that sister that's always getting mad easily, that's easily moved. Yes, I am. Easily moved, easily provoked, just easy to get out the spirit. And I want to touch on Titus 2, verse 2. Yes. That the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound of faith, in charity, and patience. The aged women likewise, they be in behavior as become with holiness, not false accusers, not giving so much wine, teaches a good thing. So this is how we're supposed to act as women. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. Verse number 7, all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, and doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, and sincerity. Verse 10, not purloining, but showing all good fidelity, that they may adorn the doctrine of Yahweh our Savior in all things. So we're supposed to make this truth look beautiful. And not that it is not, but the way you act, it speaks a lot. Because we represent the Most High at the end of the day. So if you say you're a woman in this truth, if you say you're a woman keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, but you're out here twerking, you're out here cussing people out, being loud, but you got your fringes on, you got your hair wrap on, that doesn't make the Most High look good. That doesn't make this truth look good. And we represent the Most High. So you're making the nation of Israel look bad. You're making the Most High look bad when you act that way, because we represent the Most High. So we need to check our behavior in this truth. How do we act? How do we carry ourselves? Because we're supposed to have a pattern of good works. We're supposed to be quiet, holy, teachers of good things, loving, not loud, not shameless. Because only a shameless woman is going to talk loud in public. Only a shameless woman is going to cuss people out. Only a shameless woman gets mad at everything. Only a shameless woman has a smart mouth and a nasty attitude and says whatever she wants to say and don't care who she heard, don't care how it come across. Only a shameless woman acts that way. Only a foolish woman. And we're supposed to be daughters of Zion, moving in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, moving in the spirit of love and the fruits of the spirit. So check your behavior. And then I'm going to get into your speech. Your speech. Do you always want the last word and don't care what you say and who you say it to? Are you always yelling and cussing? We're supposed to be gentle, have the fruits of the spirit, speak kind, uplifting words. Sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it. How is your tone when you talk to people? Is your conversation coupled with fear? Did I already say this? Do you gossip and tell people business? Are you always in the mix? So yeah, now let's get into our speech. Are you a busybody? Are you in other men's matters? Are you getting smart with your husband? Are you getting smart with sisters and brothers around you? Are you rolling your eyes? I don't gotta listen to you. Whatever. I ain't trying to hear that. Are you doing that? Are you stomping around the house, slamming doors? Are you gossiping to your husband about your sister's business? Babe, yeah, girl. Babe, so-and-so called me. Her husband doing this. They marriage falling apart. Are you gossiping? Your sister comes to you in confidentiality and you go run and tell your husband. Are you always in the mix? Ask yourself those things. Do you have the fruits of the Spirit? Are you gentle in your speech? Are you kind in your speech? Because that is what truly makes you shamefaced. That is what truly makes you modest. When you're kind, when you're loving, when you're sweet, when you're not loud. That is what makes you modest. That's what truly makes you modest. Not dress in your skirt or whatever you wear. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying not to dress modest. Yes, dress modest, of course. But I'm saying if your spirit isn't right, if your behavior is nasty, it's all kind of pointless. It's vain. Because you're dressing modest, but you're a mean sister. You're shameless. Plain upon tables, you're shameless. You're a mean sister. And you don't care. You don't care how you act. You don't care how you make the Most High look. You don't care how you make the nation of Israel look. So we got to make sure that we're checking ourselves. Making sure we have good behavior. Because that matters. Precepts. So let's start with... Let me just start with Ephesians 4:32. Because we talked about this earlier in the things not to say to your husband video. Ephesians 4 and... Not Ephesians 4:32. Ephesians 4:29. Let no... 32 as well. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. Verse 30. I'm going to keep reading. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of Yahweh, whereby you are sealed unto the day of redemption. Let all bitterness, wrath, and anger, and clamor, and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. And be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as Yahweh for Yahweh's sake have forgiven you. So are you forgiving? Do you forgive your brothers and sisters? Do you forgive your husband? Or do you hold it over their head and hold a grudge? No, because Matthew's 6:14 spoke kind of clear. If you can't forgive others, don't expect to be forgiven. And you got another precept saying that. This is Matthew's 6, I think it's 6:14. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Are you forgiving? Are you holding grudges? Are you kind? Or are you rude? Are you mean? Are you tenderhearted? Are the words that come out of your mouth, is it edifying? Is it helpful? Is it loving? Is it kind? Ask yourselves these things, because that's going to determine if you have true behavior or not. Let's get Proverbs 8 and 6. Oh shoot, I just passed the slacker, y'all. Proverbs 8 and 6. Hear, for I will speak excellent things, and the openings of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. So you shouldn't be saying anything wicked. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. And that's plain. Everything that you say should be in righteousness. So are you speaking righteous words? Because that's what truly makes you modest. How does your spirit look? How does your spirit look? I wanted to get Sirach 19 and 6. He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife, and he that hateth babbling shall have less evil. Rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee, and thou shalt fare never the worse. Whether it be to friend or foe, talk not of other men's lies, and if thou canst without offense, reveal them not. So rule your tongue. The things that, if I come and tell a sister something in confidentiality, bet not nobody else know. Bet not her husband, the next sister down the street, nobody else should know, because I told that sister and that sister only. That's between me, that sister, and Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's how we got to treat our sisters as well. Treat people how you want to be treated, as the scriptures say. You don't want people telling your business. You don't want your sister telling your husband your business. Then you don't need to tell anybody else's business. And of course, not render evil for evil, because that'll be awful for sisters to do that. But keep what's told to you in confidentiality. Take it to the grave. I think it says something like that. It's a precept that say take it to the grave somewhere. Oh, verse 10. If thou hast heard a word, let it die with thee, and be bold, it will not burst thee. So let it die with you. Take it to the grave. Like they say in the world, take it to the grave. So you shouldn't be telling anybody's business. Leviticus. I'm just going to get precepts to prove the behavior, like to show the type of behavior we're supposed to have. That's all I'm going to do. Leviticus 19 and 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I'm the Lord. So are you going around gossiping, revealing secrets, talking nasty about sister? Ooh, look at her hair wrap. I think she thinks she doing something. Yeah, y'all. She thinks she doing something. She thinks she cute. You know, we're not supposed to be like that. Are you that type of sister? How do you talk to your husband? How do you talk to brothers and sisters? How's your behavior in public? How do you act in the workplace? You know? I'm gonna go to 1 Timothy. Dang, y'all see how 1 Timothy. Okay, be patient. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, 1 Timothy 5:10. Well reported of good works, for if she have brought up children, if she have lodged strangers, if she have washed the saints' feet, if she have relieved the afflicted, if she have diligently followed every good work. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Hamashiach, they will marry, and having damnation because they have cast off their first faith. And withal they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things they ought not. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guard the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. For some are already turned aside after Satan. So are you turned aside after Satan? Are you doing things of the flesh, or are you doing things of the spirit? We want this precept: give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. So we should have good behavior, so nobody should have nothing bad to say about us. We want to have a good name in this thing. And I'm not saying that you move in this walk just to please man. That is not what I'm saying. We're not here to please man. We're not here to get approval of a man. We're here to please Yahweh Shema Shah. Galatians 1:10, I cannot be a servant of Yahweh Shah if I please men. But what I'm saying is you want to have a good name so nobody have nothing bad to say about you. It says, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. So the way you behave, don't let your behavior should be good so nobody have nothing bad to say about you. When, like, people should be like, yeah, that sister, she's sincere, she's loving, she's diligent, she's caring, she's kind. But when your name come up, you don't want people to be like, you don't want to be known as a sister that always has an attitude, that's mean, that talks bad about people, that tells people business. She dressed modest, but she's a mean sister. She cussed me out. She blocked me. She tried to say I did something I didn't. She tried to condemn the just and justify the wicked, which is an abomination to the Lord, according to Proverbs. We got to check our behavior. Let's get this precept. Susanna. So like y'all bear with me. Oh, Susanna's up here somewhere. Yep. Susanna 1:27. But when the elders had declared their matter, the servants were greatly ashamed, for there was never such a report made of Susanna. So when people try to be like, oh yeah, that sister Beria, she ain't what she says she is. She posts these videos, but that sister, she mean, she rude. People should be like, huh? I ain't never heard that about a Beria. What? I ain't never heard about her. I ain't never heard about that about Janae. I've never heard that about her. It says never such a report made of Susanna. So you don't want to have reports built up against you that you're a mean, rude sister. And then verse 63. Therefore Chelcias and his wife praised Yahweh for their daughter Susanna, with Joachim her husband and all the kindred, because there was no dishonesty found in her. Though we're in this flesh, we're going to go off. That's not what it's talking about. We're all going to go off in this flesh. But there was no dishonesty found in her. Meaning she wasn't a lying sister. She wasn't a mean rude. She was a sincere, pure sister is what it's saying. So are you sincere and pure, or is dishonesty found in you? Because let me get this. This Sirach, I love this precept. Sirach 1:29. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed when thou speakest. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so Yahweh will discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. So don't be a hypocrite. You telling sisters to keep the law, statutes, commandments. You making videos for sisters. I can't be a hypocrite. I can't make videos for sisters, make edifying posts, but behind closed doors, I'm in wickedness and I have bad behavior. The Most High is going to expose me and allow me to fall down in front of the congregation because I was in deceit, because I was being dishonest. We don't want that to happen, Yahweh forbid, because all of our actions are going to be weighed. Everything's going to be brought to the light. And that's scripture. So you don't want your heart to be full of deceit. You want to have a pure heart, pure actions. You want to have good behavior. And I want to get these precepts. Dang, what was that precept I was just thinking about? Actions will be weighed. I'm just reading it. I just read it the other day. First Timothy 2 and 3. Talk no more so exceedingly proud. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth, for the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. So our actions are going to be weighed. But this is another precept that says, like, everything going to be brought to light. I don't know where it is. I can't think of it. I just seen it. But Luke 12 and 2 is a good one. For there is nothing covered that should not be revealed, neither hid that should not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear and closet shall be proclaimed upon the housetop. So everything is going to be brought to light. Everything that's done in the dark will be brought to light. The Most High sees every single thing. That's Sirach 23 and 19. Let's get that. Sirach 23:19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. So fleshly men and women can't search out what you're doing behind closed doors. They don't know if you're truly, truly, truly sincere. Like, I mean, yeah, a man is known by his fruits. Yes, a man knows by fruits. People gonna know if you're sincere, but nobody truly knows what the next person's doing behind closed doors. We have faith that our sisters aren't going off, but only the Most High can search those things out because the Most High sees everything. So you can portray to be a righteous sister, but if you're behind closed doors of wickedness and you have bad behavior, it all goes to naught. And then I wanted to get 1 Samuel 16 and 6. And it came to pass when they were come that he looked on Eliab and said, surely the Lord's anointed is before him. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. So this is where Samuel was assuming who was going to be the Most High's chosen, the king next. And he thought it was one of Jesse's other sons, but it was David the whole time. And the Lord was like, don't look at what he got on and how good he looked, because I see the hearts. You know, that brother look all good, whatever, but his actions aren't lawful. His behavior is off and bad and wicked. So we can be a beautiful sister on the outward appearance, but are you beautiful inwardly though? How does your spirit look? How do you treat those around you? How do you show you love? Because 1 John 3:18, let us not love in word or in deed, word or in tongue, but in action and in deed. You know, roughly paraphrasing. So how do you show you love your people? How do you move? Are you an angry, mean, wrathful sister? You know, we have to ask ourselves these things. Let me see. And I think I had... This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5, and verse number 22. I'm going to start at 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So when you're moving in the spirit, you're not going to fulfill the lust of the flesh because you're spiritually minded. Romans 8 and 6, to be spiritually minded is life and peace, but to be carnally minded is life and is death. So like you know, so when you're moving in the spirit, you're spiritually minded, meaning you understand everything is spiritual. You don't let every single thing get you out of the spirit. When you're moving in the spirit, there's no way you can go off because you understand it's Satan. You got these precepts flowing through your mind, you're rebuking. You know, we do fall, but when you walk in the spirit, you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh because you're in the spirit. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if you be led of the spirit, you are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as have I told you in the time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Yahweh's have crucified the flesh with affection and lust. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Let us not be dares of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. So that's plain. If a man is known by his fruits. Your behavior is going to speak a lot by how you move. Are you in the fruits of the Spirit? Are you loving? Are you joyful? Are you peaceful? Are you patient? Are you gentle? Are you good? Do you have faith? Are you meek? Do you have self-control? Or are you a hateful sister? And if it's not love, it's not hate. It's like it. If it's not love, it is hate. So like it. That's in 1 John. Let's get that. 1 John. 1 John is a great book about loving. It's always a good reminder. 1 John. 1 John 2:9. He that saith he is in the light, and hateth his brother, is in darkness even until now. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him. But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness. Let me see if it was another one. 1 John 3. I think that was everything. But if you don't love your people, you hate them. So are you a sister that, love is action word. Do you love your people? Are you loving? Are you a joyful sister? Or are you always in bad spirits? You always down in the spirit? You always angry? You always mad about something? You always sad about something? Are you patient? Or are you quick to get angry with people? You're not understanding. You're not forgiving. Are you gentle? How do you sound in your tone? Are you a good sister? Do you have righteous acts? Do you have alms? Do you have faith in the Lord? Do you have faith that things are going to get better? Do you have faith that the Most High is going to keep your brothers and sisters and your husband in this walk on the narrow, straight path? Are you meek? Are you temperate? Or you don't have self-control? You don't have self-control of your spirit. You don't have self-control of your mouth. So you let anything come out of your mouth. How do you act? Ask yourself, how do you act? And I'm going to end it off with this. Matthew's 23 and 26. Thou blind Pharisee. I'm going to start 25. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you may clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness. Even so you also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within you are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. So that's plain. You don't want to be a sister that's beautiful on the outside, but within you're full of uncleanness. Within you're full of darkness. Within you're full of iniquity and hypocrisy. So preach what you speak. Live by what you preach. So live by what you preach. If you're claim you're in this truth and you claim you're keeping the law, statutes, commandments, and you're making videos or making posts or you're talking to sisters or whatever, be that behind closed doors too. Don't be a drink bottle. The drink look good on the outside. The bottle is nicely made. They make it in the shop, whatever. And then inside the bottle, it's dead flies in there. The drink is spoiled. It's old. Don't be that type of sister. You look beautiful on the outside, but your spirit is defiled. Your behavior is nasty. You're a mean, nasty sister. You don't keep the laws really. You gossip. You tell people business. You're not a faithful woman. Don't be like that. And I wanted to end it off with this. Let me get this. 1 Timothy 3:3. Titus 3:3. For we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving divers lusts and pleasures, living in malice and envy, hateful and hating one another. So we once used to be like this. So now that we've come into the truth, you put that off. You become a new woman. Ephesians 4:23. You're made a new woman. Each day we're striving to be better and striving for perfection. So you put those things off when you come into the truth. And I'm going to get 1 Timothy 2:9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, with braided hair or gold, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. I'll read that again. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair or gold or pearls of costly array. That's the secret to improving your modesty, being a shamefaced woman. That's the secret. That's what truly make you modest. In modest apparel with shamefacedness. That's what truly makes you modest, inside and outside. You dress nice, you look beautiful in your modest apparel, but you're also a shamefaced sister. A shameless woman tells people business. A shameless woman gossips. A shameless woman is loud and obnoxious. A shameless woman says whatever she wants to say and don't care how she said, who she hurts. A shameless woman poses in certain ways so people can see her body. So she's a stumbling block, and she don't care. And she don't care about nothing really. A shameless woman has a nasty attitude and has a smart mouth. That is things a shameless woman does, and we're called to be shamefaced. You know, the Most High is not dealing with the shameless women. We're called to be shamefaced. So the key to improving your modesty is being a shamefaced, beautiful woman inside and out, because you can look as good as you want on the outside, but if your spirit is not right, if your behavior is nasty, then it doesn't really matter. I'm going to end it off with this. First Peter chapter 1, verse 14. As obedient children, not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust of your ignorance. So now that we're in this truth, we have knowledge of the laws, statutes, and commandments. We have knowledge of the Most High and what the Most High requires of us, because it was made known unto us how to please the Most High. That's Baruch 4. We don't do the same things that we would in our former ignorance when we didn't know any better. So now that you're in this truth and you know better, try your best to do better, because you have to put those things away that you used to do and be made a new woman through the power of Hashem Shai. You know, so not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust and ignorance. Don't do the things that you used to do, right? Let me end off this actually. Where's Baruch? I'm sorry, y'all. Bear with me, please. It doesn't help that my table of contents page is ripped out. It's not there. Okay, you know what? Baruch 4:4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yahweh are made known unto us. So we know how to please the Most High. So let's please the Father. Let's do what's pleasing in the sight of Yahweh by Shem Shai. Psalms 19:14. Let the meditation of our heart and the words of our mouth be a pleasing in the sight of the Most High. I think that's what it says. Psalms 19:14. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in the sight, O Lord. Be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. So do you please the Most High with your actions and your words? Or are you just making the Most High upset? You make the Most High look bad. So Lord willing, this video was helpful. Lord willing, sisters learned something. I was so excited to do these videos. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai. And Lord willing, I can take my own advice and meditate upon these precepts as well, because it is not me, it is not of me, it is all Yahweh Shem Shai. And we give all honor and glory to the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai. Forever apply these precepts. Be beautiful, sis. You know, but the secret to improving your modesty, the key to improving your modesty is being a shamefaced, beautiful woman. You have to be beautiful in the inside first before you can be beautiful on the outside. Check your spirit. Check your behavior. Ask the Most High. Let's get this. Ask the Most High to bring to the forefront how you can be better. We're going to actually end it off with this. 2 Corinthians 13:5. Examine yourselves, whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how the Hamashiach Yahweh Shai is in you, except you be reprobates. So examine yourself. See how you can be better. See what you need to work on. See how your behavior can be better. And apply it. I love y'all. Call it Yahweh Hashem, my shalom like Yahweh Shai. Keep enduring. Shalom.